Straight up mainstream.
Deadpool's rise to nerd culture deity was fairly sudden. No one's sure when it happened, but nowadays you can't walk 2 feet at Comic-Con without bumping into some dude dressed as him, trying to make shitty YouTube videos. So of course it was inevitable that we get a Deadpool movie, because it wouldn't even matter if it was good. It would still make a shit ton of money. But by some stroke of luck, not only did we get a Deadpool movie, but we got a genuinely good Deadpool movie. Now some people may be confused as to why I sound so surprised, and it's because Deadpool had a real danger of just becoming me. And it could have been hard to nail down what makes Deadpool so lovable as a character. Because if he was just a dude who shouted about dicks and chimichangas, then this movie would be fucking dreadful. The comedy comes from the pop culture criticism, self-referential humour, and yeah, maybe dick jokes, but that's really not the backbone of it all. So the movie follows Wade Wilson, Deadpool, on a journey of revenge, trying to get his face put back because he's scared Morena Baccarin won't want to have sex with him anymore now that he looks like your grandmother's ballsack. Then it goes off on a pretty cut and paste story: save the girl, kill the bad guy, leave room for a sequel, Stan Lee cameo. But I don't feel like the story was ever the main priority when making this movie. It just serves more as a conduit through which you can have Ryan Reynolds pretend to be Deadpool, and well, it works. Well, I say pretend, but I feel most people will agree that Ryan Reynolds is as much Deadpool as Hugh Jackman is Wolverine or as Chris Evans is the Human Torch. And look at this suit, it just looks like he crawled out of a comic book. So the story is not much, but well, we've got comedy and action to fall back on. Now comedy wise, I think unless you're one of those condescending cum funnels who comments on YouTube videos talking about how his sense of humour is superior to other kids his age, then you'll enjoy it. Everyone in the cinema certainly did. From the opening credits all the way to the post-credit scene, everyone was cacking themselves with laughter. And yeah, they're penis jokes, but they're good penis jokes. And the action was fun. Not too many close-ups and cuts and good slapstick mixed in, although sometimes it does look a bit like that one scene from Blade 2, you know, the one where it looks like a PS2 cutscene near the start. But it's not like the visual effects were terrible or anything. Colossus looked great for the whole thing, and there were definitely some good practical effects that helped to distract you from the somewhat low-budget CGI. With the huge oversaturation of family-friendly comic book movies recently, it's really refreshing to see a movie with Ryan Reynolds' dick in it. And I mean that wholeheartedly. It was a relief to see a dick and some tits in a comic book movie. Well, I don't mean specifically that, but this movie would have been absolutely neutered if it wasn't given the room to not be family friendly. Deadpool carries 2 katanas, there has to be a bit of gore. Now I think there will be a social downside to the existence of this movie, because if you think there was a lot of Deadpool cosplayers before, then oh boy, you're in for a rough one. I just hope the character doesn't get run into the ground like some terrible joke, because I actually want to see sequels from this. I don't want people to burn out and get so annoyed at the bullshit they're going to get in their loot crate next month that they don't go see Deadpool 2. Also, I'm glad we're seeing a resurgence of movies where they don't have to cut away every time someone gets shot so that you can take your kids to go see it. Man, fuck your kids. Well, don't fuck your kids, but I don't care if they want to see movies like this, because them being violent and profane is what used to be the bread and butter of action. And it's cool to see a Deadpool movie, not just because it was a fun watch, but because it opens the door and tells movie execs that we'll throw our money at them for more out there comic book characters, like the Punisher. Dude, make another Punisher movie. But yeah, what's the verdict? 8.5 DMXs.